Okay, we're up and going, and then I'm going to do audio just in case for backup. And so great to see you, Johnny. I'm calling from Chicago, and last time that I met you was at Borders when you were on your book tour in Chicago.
Gosh, that 11 years ago was my book tour. It's wild. Just, as I keep like tumbling through life, things just go faster and faster and faster. And all the things that my parents ever warned me about just come true. Losing weight's harder, time flies by, you wake up at 6 a.m. without a care in the world.
So true. You came in that big tour bus and it was amazing. So.
Thank you. That thing, wow. I mean, pulling up to a truck stop in Nebraska, I'll tell you what, that was something.
I bet. So tell me what's new in your world. I want to hear about your new gig and all that.
Yeah, so I am hosting and commentating on the Eurovision Song Contest, and it is the biggest spectacle in the world. It's the most watched live event that is not a sporting event. So it's a big, big, big deal. Not as famous in America, but I've been a fan for forever. And I get so inspired by it. The performances, the songs, the artists, the judging, the politics, the pressure. I mean, it's just got everything. Yeah. And when I saw last year that Peacock was the new home of Eurovision in America, obviously I work for NBC. Peacock is our sister, cousin, whatever you want to call it. So I just started slowly dropping hints like, I love Eurovision, like passing by anybody in a hallway. It could be one of our big bosses or somebody hair and makeup wardrobe. I would tell anyone that would listen about Eurovision. And last week they called me up and said, hey, we want to do a more bespoke Eurovision. Can you host it? Are you still interested in hosting it? And even though I go on tour in a couple weeks to Japan and I'm on the ice a lot right now, I just dropped everything. Yes, fly me wherever I have to go. I'll do it for free. I just love Eurovision that much. And I hope that the public watching is as inspired by the competition as I am.
Nice. I was going to say, what I saw your reaction when you got the news on Instagram and you were running around your house and your dog was all happy. And what was that moment like?
Oh, it's wild. I mean, I'm not somebody who really manifests a whole lot, but this, I guess, in the traditional sense, I was manifesting. And it's in so many ways a dream gig for me. I mean, first of all, I'm hosting by myself. I don't have Terry Gannon, who handles so much of our play-by-play and a lot of the heavy lifting on making our telecast for the Olympics happen. And I don't have Tara to banter with for this show because I'm the crazy fan. I legit, this is as organic as possible. I am a true blue Eurovision fan and have been for a long time. So this is just something that I always hoped would happen for me, whether I would go and cover it for my own podcast or something. I just knew at some point in my life I wanted this to happen, and it did. And when I got the call from my manager, Lena, that I was going to do this and that they'd asked me to do it, I was just overwhelmed. And it was weird enough, my mom was recording me. I was doing a costume fitting. My mom was recording me, and it was so weird. She comes up and, she's pretty feeble with her phone anyway. So it's shaking, and she's like, Hama, which is what she calls me because I look like a hamster when I was growing up. Hama, Lena's got news for you. And it was just so weird. I had no idea what was coming. And then there it was, Eurovision.
Nice. So Netta won in the past for Eurovision, and she's performing at our Pride Festival. So, yeah, I think you need to come in town again to Chicago and see her.
When is Pride?
It is, this is the Pride Festival right before the parade. So it's like the weekend before our game at the end of June. So the middle of June. Yeah.
I come home from Japan right at the end of June, but maybe I will come and see her. I love Netta. Yeah.
Yes, I went to Tel Aviv's Pride and she performed, and she's just amazing.
Oh, I love Netta. I mean, she was up against Eleni Ferreira her year at Eurovision, and I've skated to Eleni's song Fuego on tours and in performances, brought Eurovision to the center of New York City, all the way to Japan. I will spread the word for Eurovision, but that's awesome that she's going to be in Chicago. It's been a minute since I've been to Chicago, so maybe it'd be a perfect reason to come.
Absolutely. What are you going to be looking for this year? What would you like to see happen? Are we looking for girl groups, or what are we doing?
Well, there are so many good acts, and that's something that I think people have a hard time understanding, is that these are already stars in their own countries and their own languages that all come to one stage and battle it out for supremacy. And so it's always compelling, it's always interesting, and it's always very, very glamorous and over the top and camp and fun. But this year, two of my absolute favorite artists are Mahmoud and Blanco. They're representing Italy and singing together, but they've got their own solo careers and are incredible. I love them. Super, it's just beautiful performance. They're beautiful men. I love them. The Netherlands, S10 is the name of the artist. She sings all in Dutch, and just her emotion, her swagger, the simplicity of her performance is so strong. Greece is great. Norway is super fun. Lithuania really surprised me today in semifinal one, singing all in Lithuanian. Couldn't understand a word, but she was just so slinky and Berlin cabaret kind of style that I loved it. But I think for sure the most poignant performance that we're going to see in the grand finale on Saturday, we saw them today in the semifinal, but it's Ukraine. And I think that anytime, especially now that Ukraine has an athlete in a competition, a singer on stage, an actor in a film, we need to support them. We need to be there for them, because for them just to get there has been such a huge undertaking to bring just a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of pride and strength to Ukraine, I think is so important. And, you know, Europe votes on who the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest is. And I think that Europe will stand up very strong for Ukraine. And I can't expect anything but a Ukrainian victory from this contest. But I think I'm with everybody else in rooting for Ukraine and wanting them to do so well.
What about like LGBT contestants, things like that?
Well, there certainly is a wide variety this year. The entry from Israel is very, very fancy, very, very awesome, very work, very queen. I mean, Eurovision is inherently a great, it's like a gay pride kind of. I mean, it's all the sparkles, all the bells and whistles, all the music, all the dancing, all the joy. And I feel a lot of pride as a gay dude when I watch Eurovision. And I mean, there literally is someone for everyone in this contest.
Yeah, I like how they show it at the gay bars and things too, because I mean, we are big supporters of Eurovision. Like, people don't know.
Yeah, we really are. And I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, I'm so chic and worldly, I love Eurovision. And then I realized, you know, how deep it went in American gay culture to be fans of Eurovision. And I love that. I love that it's a part of our fabric, it's part of our culture. And definitely it was, yeah, I always watched on Russian television because I speak Russian. I speak Russian, French, and English. And I have Russian TV channels in my house so that I hear the language every day and it stays a part of me, and I know what's going on over there or what they're lying to their people about. Now the channels are blocked, unfortunately. So this year, before I got the call to host Eurovision, I was like, well, how am I going to watch it? And you know, it's opened me up to that. We do show it in America, and people have, it's been around for several years now, and now it's Peacock. But yeah, I love Eurovision, and I love the fact that there is literally somebody for everyone, someone to be inspired by, somebody to root for because they come from the country that your bloodline's from. It's a great, great inclusive festival.
I love that. Do you have a new favorite singer that you're skating to, that you're into right now?
Oh, this year for my tour, actually, I started preparing a number to 2 Ukrainian artists before the pandemic started. It was going to be my show number, my gala number for an upcoming tour in the spring of 2020. And one of them had qualified for Eurovision, but then I stepped away from competing, Maruv, and Virka Serduchka, which I think is very famous in the gay world, competed for Ukraine at Eurovision, wore the glitter, big star on his head. And it's a combination of those 2 pieces. So I'm representing Eurovision, I'm representing Ukraine on my tour this year, but Eurovision has a lot of great big voices, this competition. And just going through this first semifinal today, I was just blown away by the talent. It's like, how do you choose who gets eliminated? How do you choose who's not going to move on to the grand final? And that's how good the level is. So there's going to be some good stuff there.
Nice. How was the Masked Singer competition for you? How was?
I say I can sing well. Like, I can hit a good note here and there when I'm at home or in my car, and I know it sounds good. And you know, this is coming from a person, I can't even rewatch our broadcasts from the Olympics or anything that I do because I hate my voice. I hate the way my voice sounds. And I think a lot of people feel that way. But you know, I think I can sing well, but the Masked Singer was a lot, and I came away with a lot of appreciation for singers, more so than I'd ever had, because I was out there trying to sing in this giant mask, which I could only see like this much through, trying to find my way to my marks, hit the lighting cues. In one ear I have my track, and the other ear I have my vocal coach reminding me of things, singing to me so I remember to hit certain notes, cues for choreography, and trying not to fall off the stage and perform. So, you know, all of those things go into a show. It's not just somebody standing at a microphone and sang it. So if nothing else, it gave me a lot more appreciation for singers and what it takes to be a great artist.
Is there anything else you want to promote the rest of the year? What else are you doing real quick before we got to go?
Well, the figure skating season starts up again in October. It's a new Olympic cycle, and I am obviously super excited about that. The Olympics are really what I live for. I'm working on a lot of other stuff too that I can't really share yet, but very exciting things, very good things. But yeah, definitely Eurovision, Eurovision, Eurovision. We've got Thursday and Saturday. That's what we're pushing.
Awesome. Well, it's great talking to you again, Johnny. And
happy to see you again after 11 years. My God.
I know. Come back to Chicago. Okay.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.